Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Allen here, and we are going to check out Unit 4, Day 3, where we will be talking about congruent triangles. So, basically, what congruent means, you can read this definition here, but it means that all three sides or each side is the same length as another side in the other triangle. So we have A, B, and RS are the same length, and then it's the same for the two other sides. So when we say corresponding sides, those are the ones that are the same length. So BA is congruent to RS. Then we'll use another color, BC is congruent to ST. So CB is congruent to ST. And last but not least, we have CA congruent to RT. And we can tell that those are the congruent sides based on the number of hash marks in the side. So if you notice, RS only has one hash mark, AC has two, and then BC has three. All right, and it's the same for the angles. So angle A is congruent to angle R. We know that because they have one arc, and then angle B is congruent to angle S. We know that because they have two arcs. And let's try the last one. That leaves angle C being congruent to angle T. Fantastic. So when we write our triangle congruent statements, what we want to do is we want to line up the angles so that the letter that corresponds with A is the same letter that corresponds with the other congruent triangles. So we're going to start with triangle R, and then B goes along with angle S. So it's RS, and then RST. Now, you can name a triangle using any order of letters that you want. So if we call this CAB, then we would say that it's congruent to triangle T, TRS. We're running out of space here. TRS. Or, yeah. And then you can figure out what BCA would be equal to. All right, so let's see. Triangle ABC is congruent to, well, we're just using our different colors so that we can see where they match up. Okay, so it looks like A is going to correspond with angle J. So we're just gonna go right ahead here, and yeah, you can write that down. So if we do angle A and D, those correspond. And angle B corresponds with this angle C. Yeah, so yeah, you can kind of see which one goes along with each other one. So then you know that angle A and angle D are the corresponding angles. And so then angle B kind of goes along with C because when we're doing triangle ABC, that's the second biggest angle, and then C is or rather B in triangle ABC is the smaller angle, and C is a smaller angle in the other one. Okay. So sometimes a problem will ask us to solve for a variable given that two triangles are congruent. So what it means is that angle A and angle D are congruent to each other. So we can figure out, based on that fact, how we set up our equation. So since we know that all the angles in a triangle should add up to 180, we'll do 57 plus 90 plus 6x plus 3 equals 180. then we will solve this real quick. Or not. I think you guys should be able to solve this. Yeah, so we'll just combine the like terms. So 6x plus 150 equals 180. And we subtract 150. And 6x equals 30. So we'll say x equals 5. Splendid. Let's move right along. So doing number 4. You guys can figure that one out on your own. Next, we have this page that has all of these triangle congruent theorems. And there's nothing that you have to write down here, but let's just take a look at these. When we say side, 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 that means if all 3 sides are congruent, then the 3 triangles are congruent. Side, angle, side, if we have a side, an angle, and another side, or angle, side, angle, 2 angles and a side in between, or angle, angle, side. And so then down here we do have something to write. So corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So that means that angle A is congruent to angle D. It means that angle B matches up with angle E because that's the second letter in each one. And then we can also figure out that the sides are congruent because if we look at the first and second letter, it's congruent to the side with the first and second letter. Okay, we are going to pause right here and I'll give you the second video very shortly coming up.